Hello and welcome to the yoga pantry outside under the lime tree. It's a beautiful day today, so I thought I might as well do some videos out here, and I wanted to talk about the vagus nerve. So you may have heard of polyvagal theory, or you may have heard of the vagus nerve, or maybe not at all. It's sort of the new buzzword at the moment, and it is the longest nerve in the body. It's part of this autonomic nervous system, and is a big part of the sympathetic nervous system. So you may have heard me talk about our autonomic nervous system and our fight and flight, or our rest and recover, or rest and digest part of the nervous system. The vagus nerve represents the main component of the parasympathetic nervous system, and it oversees a whole lot of crucial bodily functions. And the vagus nerve, it's also known as the wandering nerve because it's such a long nerve. It tends to get into lots of different parts of our body, which is why it's able to help control lots of functions, including our mood, our immune response, our digestion, our heart rate. It establishes one of the connections between the brain and the gastrointestinal tract, and sends information about the state of our inner organs to the brain via the fibers. And having a healthy vagus nerve, or healthy vagal tone, means that you will have a much healthier response to stress. So the vagal tone correlates directly with our capacity to regulate stress response, and can be influenced by breathing, which is why yoga is so beneficial for your practice. And it can be increased through meditation and, of course, yoga. So let's look at reducing some stress with a vagal massage. Now, as I said, it wanders through your body, and you may have done my neck magic video before. Check out the link just up there, and it involves just tugging at our ears, and amazingly it loosens the fascia around the neck and gives you more mobility. But what I didn't mention in that video is it also directly affects our vagus nerve and helps to lift our mood and helps us feel better. So let's just tug one ear and just see, does it feel tight? Does it feel loose? How does it feel? Check out the other one. Does that feel the same? Do they have the same amount of mobility, or is one a little bit tighter? Do you suffer from TMJ, that tight clenching jaw? This will help relieve that. And we can start off first by finding this little part, this little bit in the ear here. So underneath the ridge, we go above, and there's just that little dent or indentation. We're just going to massage in there nice and gently, just moving the skin. You don't have to push really hard. We're not giving ourselves a reflexology session, although you could if you wanted to, but we just want to open up the channels, the lines of communication with our vagus nerve. There's actually the vagus nerve, just like our autonomic nervous system. There's two channels to our vagus nerve, the right and the left channel. So you can massage this for 30 seconds to a few minutes, depending on how stressed you're feeling. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So just looking for that little dent. And remember, you don't have to push into your head. Just let the skin move. Let the fascia slip over itself. Breathe, because breathing helps as well. Breathing always helps, and if you can, breathe in and out through your nose. Feel the breath moving down to your belly, allowing your belly to expand and contract. And then, when that's done, we're going to move underneath to the smooth part in the earlobe, and there's like a sort of a little bowl, I like to say, and just massage in there. Just rub the bowl. Again, we're not pushing. We're just letting the skin move a little bit. Breathe into it. You might feel better already, or you might just have hot ears from the rubbing. And we'll go the other side, and you can do this much longer than what I'm doing with you. Like I said, 30 seconds to a few minutes. Just rub up and down. The more anxious or stressed you're feeling, the more time you'll spend on this. And it doesn't take long at all, and you might already be feeling a little calmer. Your respiration might be a little better, a little more effective. And then just see how that feels. Feels kind of good. Let's check our ears. How do they feel? So what we can do next with our massage is just grab the ear and pull it out and away from your head, basically. Breathe into it. Maybe you feel like your hearing is improving. And we're going to pull up and out. So up and out, up and away. Again, we're just creating more space, more openness, and creating those open pathways, or fostering a good dialogue with our vagus nerve and pulling down and away so that we can have that lovely clear channel of communication from our nervous system to our brain, and allowing our nervous system to really function at its optimum level. We don't want to stay in the sympathetic. We don't want to be in fight or flight. We want our nervous system to work in balance. And release. It's feeling warm. Let's pull away from the other side, out and away. And a lot of people, I think that the sympathetic nervous system switches on when you're in stress, and then the parasympathetic nervous system switches on when you're resting and digesting. That's not the case for everyone. It depends on the trauma that they've undergone in their life. Let's pull up. For some people, they've been so traumatized that their body doesn't really know how to get into the sympathetic nervous system. It might go there in spurts because it happens as we breathe. As we inhale, that's quite energizing, so the sympathetic is switched on, and as we exhale, that's super relaxing. The parasympathetic switches on. So they're always communicating, let's pull down, and always working together to keep us in balance. And so when you're hyperventilating, when you're having a panic attack, you can't really get down into that parasympathetic mode. Alright, how does that feel? I'm so aware of my ears right now. So if you got your ears pulled a lot as a kid, might not have been pleasant, but you were being activated through the vagus nerve. Now there's one more massage you can do, and we can press the skin at the back of the ear up. And again, you don't have to push hard. We're just sliding the skin up, breathing into it. And so this is just helping loosen up the stuckness, open up those channels of communication. And then we can push down the skin in the back of the ear. And again, 30 seconds each for each of these things, or longer, depending on how stressed you're feeling, and then pulling back. Breathing deeply into it. And release. Woo, how does it feel on that side? Let's go to the other side, pushing up the back of the ear there. Do you feel a little more calm, comfortable, relaxed? Maybe your breathing is easier. Maybe your jaw is softer, your eyes maybe even feel softer and brighter. Let's pull down gently. And if you've been following the earthing challenge, another bonus is by being earthed, you also help to increase your vagal tone. And let's pull back. Helps to balance and improve your heart rate variability. Breathing into it. Super easy, right? You can do this anytime you feel stressed. It doesn't take long. And it's just a little bit of that self-care. Relax. How do you feel? Maybe we can tug our ears and see if they feel a little looser. Ooh, 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 ooh. So give that a go. Make that a regular part of your routine if you do suffer from anxiety quite often or all the time. And by helping change the way your body reacts to stress, by helping balance your vagal nerve, you'll help to release any kind of trauma or stress that you may have brought in or experienced through your life in your childhood. Because sometimes when we are traumatized as a child, it's very hard to let go of that stress as we grow up. We might not know how to do it. We might not know where it comes from. We may have gone through all kinds of talk therapy and stuff, and it still may not be able to be released. And that's because your body has gone into this habit of holding on to that stress, of trying to keep you safe and protect you by being in this constant state of hypervigilance. So we want to just bring that down, and helping work with our vagus nerve will help get the body into that state of parasympathetic responsiveness more often. So enjoy, and I'll see you again with another little exercise for our vagus nerve, and maybe at some stage some yoga. Have a fab day. Namaste.